The harsh reality of nature is that anything can happen, so we have to prepare for the worst. But even with that, there are some things that can completely catch us out of the blue. I mean, look at what happened in California.
Overnight, millions of Americans under alert as Hillary slams the West. With up to 84-mile-per-hour wind gusts, Hillary officially the first tropical storm to hit Southern California in more than 25 years. Bringing with it catastrophic rainfall, historic flooding, and dangerous mudslides. Palm Springs receiving more than half of its annual rainfall from this tropical storm alone.
The center of Hillary now coming through the center of Palm Springs, a tropical storm going through the middle of a California desert.
His car is floating.
Across the region, cars submerged. Watch this golf course inundated.
That's a river. It's not a golf course.
Emergency crews launching rescue missions. And in San Bernardino County, dramatic video of a massive mud flow.
You have 500 to 700 people, approximately residents that are having to shelter in place.
Firefighters trapped at their fire station after a mudslide surrounded the building. No injuries were reported, but the mudslides appear to be cutting off some mountain communities in the region.
Yeah, that happened. And like I said, this caught a lot of people out of the blue. Now, I wouldn't call myself a prepper, but I see what they're about, especially when stuff like this happens. Now, you gotta ask yourself, what are the essentials that you have at home? Do you have extra food, bottled water, a generator, a satellite phone? I mean, some of that may actually seem extreme, I know, but you know the old saying about being safe rather than sorry, right? I mean, let's talk about the power lines in different areas in California. Just how many poles were knocked down because of this weather? You know what? Take a guess. Got your number? Cool. There were 48 power poles that were hit, and you can actually see them folded in half. I think one of them actually hit a car and it caused a massive outage in La Quinta, Mecca, Indio, and Coachella. And as far as I know, 2,000 people were affected by this.
And APS crews have been in cleanup mode all day out near 83rd Avenue and Cactus.
The National Weather Service confirms wind gusts of 50 miles an hour. And today, the Peoria School District had to cancel classes for several schools because of the outages. Fox 10's Irene Snyder spent the day in Peoria to see how homeowners are coping.
It was horrible last night. First thing I've ever seen in my life.
Heavy storms ravaged much of Peoria, leaving thousands without power.
Our neighbor got most of the damage. Down the park a little bit, there's a few awnings missing to the carports.
It was raining really bad, and then we're watching TV, and all of a sudden the storm got really bad. Can't open the door, and we noticed that there was a loud bang, and we saw that pole behind us that it fell, and we saw these wires on our trees.
This neighborhood at 79th Avenue in Peoria was hit very hard. Several down power lines. Much of 79th Avenue is closed, and several homes are blocked by the down lines.
There was no power, so APS said it was going to be back on like around 10:30. Not at all.
We heard a big crash, and then we come out. There's a bunch of rain going on, and we noticed that the power lines are on top of his car, my brother's car.
Many residents have left their homes, staying with relatives until the power is back. And they're hoping that'll happen soon.
Now, I want you to put some of these pieces of the puzzle together. I want to take you on a small journey here, all right? All right, so put your seatbelts on, folks. We're going to go back in time.
I think right now, I'm not sure if it's the best idea. I mean, maybe like long term, but not everybody can afford that.
Developing news as the California Air Resources Board votes to ban all gas-powered vehicle sales by the year 2035.
I have a Tesla, so to me, it's all right. You know, I don't mind. I'm glad I'm not paying the gas prices now. I used to have an Acura. I love the car, but I mean, I'd be paying almost $6 a gallon.
It's a multi-phase plan that would require 35% of new cars to be powered by electricity or hydrogen by the year 2026, 51% by 2028, and 100% by 2035.
Well, California is moving forward with a plan to ban the sale of new gas-powered heaters by 2030.
It's part of a larger push to make the states carbon neutral by 2045.
ABC 10's Morgan Reiner covers all things politics. She's live in the studio with the new information.
Chris and Laura, just as Newsom was wrapping up Climate Week in New York this week, he said that the California Air Resource Control Board is arguably one of the most powerful regulatory agencies in the country. And then right after that, the Air Board voted unanimously to phase out gas-powered heaters.
So yeah, does that jog your memory? If it did, then please let me remind you to smash the like button for the video and also subscribe to show your support for the channel. I appreciate that, guys. So yeah, California continues to ban anything that's gas powered, or at least they already have a slated date as to when these things will be put out to pasture, right? So you got cars, you got gas stoves, generators, the works. So with that, entire idea, a brilliant one at that, you know what I mean? Now, I really just want to meet the genius that came up with all this stuff, because look at what can happen if the lights go out. Oh, you need to buy medicine? Too bad, your car's out of juice. Oh, what's that? It's cold? Well, sucks for you, because gas-powered heaters are getting banned too. You need a generator because you have frozen food? Man, wish you still had gas-powered generators, huh? Maybe you can just kind of cook all that food. Oh wait, you can't, because the freaking power's out and everything here is powered by a grid that can't even stay up. It's kind of like these policies are just so obviously half-baked. You guys get what I'm trying to say here, right? By the way, if you own a home, make sure your home is protected. Get your free home warranty quote. There's a link in the description down below this video. And sure, of course, I understand that they're fighting for the environment and all that. But let's go ahead and take a step back here and let's study what our infrastructure is capable of, like what it can actually handle. And let's not forget, folks, power outages can do this as well.
This morning, first responders working to rescue California's most vulnerable residents. A power outage at White Memorial Hospital in Los Angeles affecting hundreds of patients, including some on ventilators. Emergency evacuations underway as firefighters had to carry some patients down flights of stairs with elevators stalled.
And that's not all. There's more where that came from, because hey, an earthquake hit California recently too. I mean, this is like a royal flush of bad luck.
We just got to Ventura County, where many people felt the brunt of that 5.1 magnitude earthquake, and then those 22 plus aftershocks. We were taking the 118 and the 101 to get here. We didn't notice any damage on the freeways, and the earthquake itself didn't disturb traffic flow or traffic patterns, and we haven't noticed any damage now here on the ground. We have been driving around the ViewPoint Mall, surveying the area. We haven't seen any kind of damage, thankfully. We did get some surveillance video from a neighborhood in Oxnard showing the impact of this earthquake, and you can also hear it pretty quickly. Let's take a listen.
Now, let's put all of this into a nice, neat perspective, all right? What if you needed to buy food? What if stores were closed? Or worse, looted? What if the nearest store that actually was open couldn't accept any ATM or credit cards? Do you have cash? Oh no, they're trying to get rid of that too. They're trying to bring in the CBDCs. I mean, if the grids went out, I would expect that the internet's toast too, I mean, that's just common sense there. But still, without fail, we're being told of this energy revolution when we can't even keep the one that's existing right now stable. Tell you what, you guys let me know, all right? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Is California or any state here in our country ready for a full transition to fully electric within the next 7 or so years? And if you have a state in mind, by all means, let me know. But what do you guys think about all this? Is it any coincidence that an earthquake and a storm hit one specific state at the same time? Or is this just all a coincidence? Now, before I go, I just want to thank you guys for sending me so much love. I appreciate the likes. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one.